Snowboard Kids 2!
Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Snowboard Kids 2 for the Nintendo 64. In this episode we are going to be finishing up the last of the main two courses of the game, actually. This is not, however, the last video of the series. The next episode is going to be. And it's, going to be beating the final boss in this video. And of course, we're going to be playing as Tommy, since he is the only character who I have not used yet in any of these videos. I was going to use a trick board, so I decided to give him a paint job with a trick board decked out in hamburgers. You know, just seemed fitting for him. So here we go, the last stage of the main game, Iceland. Iceland, along with the final boss battle, probably have my favorite pieces of music in the game. No, so Damien's finally gonna get revenge for all these times he's been kind of snubbed throughout the game, huh? Yeah. Ain't that a kick in the pants? Oh, come on, she didn't hit you that hard, Damien. I think it's funny that this is the first time that any of them actually really notice him, like, at any point in the game at all. Now, the biggest problem with Tommy here right off the bat, aside from his childhood obesity, is going to be his acceleration. Nearly any time you're actually going to be trying to, like, say, recover speed after a jump or getting smacked down, it's going to take you a while in order to get back up to speed. That beginning section there where it's a big curve around, this is why you're going to want somebody, you need to practice something that can actually do really good steering. Because at that section there, it's not as bad as the opening curve from the Crazy Jungle section, but it's a bit more difficult because you can easily fall off the edge there, because it leads right into a pit that you have to get reset onto. Coming in right here on the right here, this is a shortcut right here. I never take the regular path around simply because this is so much shorter, and at this point in the game, the AI is pretty much on expert mode level of difficulty, almost. At this point, you're gonna have to learn if you're trailing behind somebody, you need to shoot someone. You need to shoot 2 projectiles out in a row, with sort of like about almost a second in between both shots. Yeah, I'm gonna get hit with a pan a lot in this video. This is because by this point, I'm sure you noticed that a lot of them, like as you remember before, some enemies are able to jump over them or able to jump and deflect your shots. They're going to do that a lot more from here on in, and in this video, pretty much all the AI does that quite a lot. So you send out 2 shots out of there, and they'll be able to jump and deflect the first one, but as soon as they land, they won't be able to get into another jumping animation to dodge the second one. So that's what'll leave you being able to actually hit them with anything that you got. Unless you're playing as somebody who's like really a tight turner right there, don't go for that weapons pickup right there, because most of the time with Tommy, it's a death. It's a trap. You'll end up probably like say steering straight into the pit that's directly to the right of those boxes. And of course, I'm getting hit with ghosts a lot in this. This was the one stage that took me the longest to actually beat for this recording. I think this one took me about 45 minutes in order to actually win at this one. I wanted to have somebody fast enough like Tommy that I could actually pull this off pretty well, so, and of course I wanted to use Tommy since, you know, hadn't used him in this video yet. I was lucky here because I jumped up right as a parachute hit me, and that made me fly straight into the high part of where there's world geometry so I could land and therefore regain my footing quicker. If I just had to like just wait until it floated down onto the regular floor, it would have taken so much longer and I might have actually reset this game there again. But yeah, Damien, as you can see up there, he's gonna actually trip over his own rocket just right there, actually. So Damien tends to have a pretty set script, just like Shinobin does in the first Snowboard Kids game. However, since this course is much longer than the Ninja Land course from the first game, it's also much tougher to actually get him into a set path where you can actually, like, start to, really start to, like, say, screw with, where he goes into, like, say, like, which item boxes that that he uses or not, and how to subvert him. And unlike Cinnamon, he does not always get the best item that he can at the main point, so he's not going to just get pans and invisibles that all the time or anything like that, so he's actually a much tougher AI to subvert because of it. He's just a standard AI, just a little bit more lucky than usual, and generally tends to be able to deflect your shots pretty easily. Be careful in this section here, this one that has, like, say, this spinal cord of, like, an old creature on it or something that's over those two ledges. I used to fall off on those sections a whole lot when I was a kid. I like this area, too, because it actually shows a whole bunch of, like, say, prehistoric creatures kind of frozen in ice, kind of like I was there. I also noticed as I was playing this stage, I had a disturbingly high chance of, like, getting hit with an enemy projectile just as I was landing from a jump and didn't have any way to actually avoid it. The only other way to actually shoot your opponents with any degree of accuracy in this game is to be right behind them when you shoot, because they won't be able to jump or deflect over it immediately after if you're right behind them. But yeah, playing the stage, you're going to get hit with pans a lot. If you're in first, you're going to get attacked with ghosts a lot. It could just be a real tough thing to go through. See, I just jumped over one of my deflected slapstick shots right there. I was pretty lucky to avoid that. I find it weird that there's this weird igloo here that has Damien's face on it. Oh yeah, if you're wondering what the letters BK on the side of that mean, it's a reference to his Japanese name, Black Kozo. Like black, you know, the English word for the color, and Kozo, which is kind of like the Japanese term for like a punk, or like, say, a squirt or something. In fact, you could probably technically call him Black Kid, and that's not an entirely inaccurate translation of what his Japanese title is kind of meant to be, so that's what he's called in Japan, not Damien. But yeah, this place is a wide open spot. This one's usually a pretty easy place to get hit with anything that happens after you, so this stretch right here is one of the most dangerous parts of the whole course. Right down there, there is a shortcut. There's a rail right behind that blue item box. However, I just about never take it, simply because I think the blue item box there is kind of like meant to guide you in order to the rail, but it never really works. I find it's too easy to just get knocked off onto the side, and since the AI is already rather tough on this section right here, I don't like using it. There's too high of a chance of falling off on that one. It kind of the item box kind of blocks your view to it, and you don't really save all that much time by going through there. So I don't really like that shortcut. I never really use it. But in any case, I've almost finally won this one. You're seeing me hop a lot with Tommy. That's simply because, well, I need to do that a lot in order to keep his acceleration up. Again, one of the reasons why I kept losing so often before was because, yeah, once it gets smacked down, it just takes a little bit for him to get his acceleration up, and some points, it just meant that other opponents could just slip right ahead of you and never be able to get overtaken again. But yeah, this could be a pretty tricky stage for you, if you're first time playing this. Holy crap. That's right, this is the final boss of the game, the Damien robot. Do not use a rocket boost start on this section here, because you are going to want to pick up these bombs right here. Similar to the snowman fight, you have to shoot him 10 times before he's done. However, he's got a cannon that he keeps shooting at you, and the cannon, although its graphic always looks the same, it takes on the properties of all the different projectile weapons of the game. Every time you hit him with a bomb, he will drop a whole bunch of debris around him that all function like rocks, so if you run into any one of them, you trip over it. And of course, he has a slight invincibility period each time you hit him. I'm sure you notice every time you actually pick up the bombs, you get 9 shots with it. You're probably not gonna, hit all of them with that. The bombs, like, say, the kind of weird homing abilities is gonna be taken right here. The beginning part of the actual, actual fight there against the curve can be really tough, because if you trip over too much or you get hit by too many things, you might as well just restart, because you're probably not going to catch up with them, even with the very generous rubber banding. After you shoot him 10 times, he goes into a tinier mech that is faster, doesn't shoot you anymore, and all it does is drop a whole bunch of rocks. Look at this bullshit. Look at that bullshit right there. Couldn't believe that happened. And yeah, when he goes into the little mech, he only has 3 hit points afterwards, and yeah, it may be a little bit tougher to hit him when he's at this stage here, but, you know, at least you're not dealing with, I don't think you have to deal with too much more debris afterwards. Like, he puts out a whole big amount of debris once you get him down to his mini-mech, but once you actually have him down to, like, say, the mini-mech form, yeah, and, like, I don't think debris is what you're gonna have to be worrying about. And I almost actually lost you because you have to, you know, kill him by the end of, you know, a single lap. And I can't believe that bomb actually hit him. But yeah, that is the final boss of the game. That we have just beaten the game, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that was anticlimactic in terms of how he was able to make up for everyone. I don't like the spark that was in his eye. Aw, look at that, he got us a present. What's in there? Frying pans? Rockets? Huh? Wait a second. I don't like how he's getting so far back. You jerk, that should have been in a red box because that was a bomb. So Damien finally gets his revenge and blows all the kids up even though it does nothing. And that is indeed the end. And right after this point's the credits play. However, I'm not going to show the credits this episode. I'm going to do it in the next episode is when I have the credits there. But after the credits play, you get to save your game, and you unlock the ability to play as expert, to play in expert mode. Which I'm not going to do here. I'm actually going to leave this video off with a video that you unlock in Wendy's internet after you beat the game once. See that thing in the bottom right? That's a new thing you unlock. So we have just unlocked Damien, as per beating the main game, as you would probably expect. This is what all the boards look like. We get all the courses, all the music, all the rumors, which are all tips that I've been pointing out throughout the series. And I'm going to leave you with that special video where that shows Slash being a dick, as always. And I'm not going to talk over it, I'm just going to see you guys in the very next episode. So I hope you enjoyed this, because we're going to tackling the differences of expert mode and all the extras next time. See ya.